wax independence consultant. I've been doing this almost 4 years now, and this demonstration never gets old. I love the science behind these products, and this demonstration really shows how effective they really are. So I'm going to be showing you the raw chicken demo using just cloth and water. So our Enviro Cloth here has about 10 million feet of fiber. And what makes our microfiber different than other microfiber that you might find in the store? To be considered microfiber, fibers only have to be 1/6 the size of a human hair. Norwex, however, our fibers are 1/200th the size of a human hair. So our fibers are super teeny tiny, and the cloth is really dense, 10 million feet in each Enviro Cloth. So the weave is really dense, and we're going to be mechanically cleaning rather than chemically cleaning with something, maybe you have something like this in your house. So we're going to be using just cloth and water. This is my personal Enviro Cloth. It's not a brand new one. I've been using this all week in my own home, but it's going to show you that it's still effective, because another thing that is different in our microfiber is we have what's called backlock technology. And what that is it is microsilver embedded into the fibers. It can't leach out into the waterways, it's actually embedded in there. Think about it like a cake. Once you have an egg in your batter, you can't take the egg out, right? So that's the same concept as our microsilver. And what that microsilver does is it prohibits the growth of mold, mildew, and bacteria in the cloth. So while your cloth is drying, it's going to be self-purifying, so you can keep using it throughout your entire home all week long. I wash mine once a week with all of my other Norwex, so it's easy to care for, 2-year warranty, and it's going to do so much work in your house. With just the basic package, if you add along the window cloth, you can clean about 90% of your home with just cloth and water. So today I'm going to show you the raw chicken demo, and what I use is it's a third-party testing swab. These are from a company called Hygiena. It's a Hygiena Pro Clean. They're used in medical settings and restaurant settings to test for cleanliness on a surface. So we're going to be testing just a white plate here. I'm going to be pouring some raw chicken juice on here, and obviously we know that raw chicken contains gross, right? It's so gross. But what we're testing for specifically is proteins. So proteins on a surface, and this little testing swab here is going to give us a color indicator. The darker the color, the more contaminated the surface with proteins. And green means clean. Okay, so we have color code here. Anything other than green is a contaminated surface. So what I'm going to do is pour some raw chicken on the plate, test the surface. We're obviously going to know what color that's going to be, right? It's going to be purple. The darker the color, the more contaminated the surface. And if you don't know, proteins are smaller than bacteria. Our cloths are tested, third-party tested, for bacteria, but these little guys here test for proteins, which are even smaller. So let's get to it. Raw chicken is disgusting, so I'm going to use a fork to smear it on my plate. Actually, probably going to pour some of this juice in there too, just to make it even more gross. You can see that raw chicken juice? So gross. Okay, so we have some raw chicken on the plate, juice and all. Okay, I'm going to take our third-party testing swab and swab the surface. You can already see it's super purple, right? Contaminated surface, obviously. But I just wanted to show you that these are not trick swabs, they're real third-party testing swabs, and again, we're testing for protein on the surface. So we have protein on the surface, it's a contaminated surface. We have here our Enviro Cloth, just cloth and water. I just have it damp with cool water. And when you have your Enviro Cloth, you have 8 cleaning surfaces. So you can fold it, and you have 8 cleaning surfaces. So you can clean, your kitchen counter, bathroom counters, fold it, you can clean your toilet. Fold it again, you can clean your kids' toys. Obviously, if I'm cleaning something like raw chicken off of my kitchen counter, I'm not going to be using the same cloth right away to clean my kids' toys, but you could. And I'm going to show you why in just a second. So just cloth and water, and we want to make sure that we're using the cloth flat. You want it nice and a nice surface, because we're mechanically cleaning. We want to pick up as much as possible, so you want a nice flat surface when you're cleaning. And a lot of times I'll actually do 1/16 the size. I'll clean like with this because it just fits in my hand a little bit better. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And guys, it's just cloth and water. Okay, and now let's test the surface again. We have a new testing swab. And the same thing we did before. Kind of going all around. Do you guys see that? Do you remember the color codes? Green means clean. Anything other than green is contaminated. We have a clean surface with just cloth and water. And take it even one step further, I trust these products so much. Would you do that with your cleaning supplies? Chances are no. Would you do that with Nolex too? Probably not. I'm a little crazy, but I trust these products so much. I love that there's no chemical residue I don't have to worry about. I can clean with just cloth and water, so it's safe for my kids and pets to be around. You don't need this stuff, you guys. The proof is in the science. Do you want to take it one step further? So remember, I cleaned with this side, right? I'm going to rub that side back on the plate. And now the normal person would think you just rubbed raw chicken back on the plate. I'm gonna show you I didn't. Another testing swab, same thing. And let's retest the surface. This might be even my most favorite part, even more than the licking. It's still clean, you guys. It's still a clean surface, even though you thought I just rubbed raw chicken on it, right? It's still a clean surface because the science of these cloths, the microfiber is so dense, remember we talked about that? So dense, so super teeny tiny, that it locks in all of the yuck. So now what I'm gonna do is rinse this out, press it against itself, rinse it out with the hot water, because we want to open up the microfiber now to release as much as possible. And then I'm gonna hang it up to dry. And while it's hanging up to dry, that microsilver goes to work and it prohibits the growth of mold, mildew, bacteria. So once it's dry, I can reuse it over and over again until it feels a little bit crunchy. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of it properly, you're using it properly, and in that case, it can remove up to 99% bacteria. And also, we know now that it picks up even smaller proteins from surfaces. So this is the Enviro Cloth. Get ready to learn more. I'm here to help.